Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video I'm very excited as I will be talking about one of my favorite discoveries from Beauty World Middle East. If you watch my recent videos, you know that I am reviewing basically all the new perfumes that I discovered, and basically today, as you saw in the title, the fragrances that I'll be talking about are 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Today I'll be talking about two brands. One is Swiss Arabian and the other brand is Aurora Scents, which is the first time that I'll be talking about in my channel. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of reviews yet about Aurora Scents. So yeah, I'm very excited to let you guys know about them because I think their fragrances are fantastic. I haven't tried all, that's for sure. However, the three perfumes that they kindly gifted me are without a doubt 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Just to give you a quick background about Aurora Scents, it is actually a brand established in 1972. So they've been in the perfume industry for quite a long time now. They use good quality ingredients in creating their perfumes, and they also have master perfumers who make fragrances for them. Aurora Scents is created from Europe, mainly from France, Italy, and Spain. So having said that, guys, I can really tell you that their fragrances are of high quality, and the best part is that they are very reasonably priced. And I'm quite shocked that I only discovered their brand while I was in Beauty World because they actually have a European website. I think they're based in Europe. Anyway, now let's talk about their fragrances. And I'm gonna start with the fragrance that caught my attention. This fragrance is called Cherry in the Woods, by the way. So look at this packaging, all right? And can we just give a moment for this kind of presentation? Guys, it looks so beautiful. Packaging is 10 out of 10. And guys, the bottle, sorry, that was loud, is heavy. Look how gorgeous this bottle looks like. So this perfume is called Cherry in the Woods. It is made by a very well-known perfumer, Hamid Merati Kashani. And guys, this is one of my favorite scents from the brand, and I have tried a lot as I took at least like an hour discovering their fragrances in their booth, and I actually had a meaningful conversation with their chief operating officer, Mr. Mohammed Garashi. He actually introduced me to their fragrances. Cherry in the Woods is of course a cherry dominant fragrance, and I love cherry in fragrances. So this opens up with like a sparkling, bright, juicy cherry, apples, and pear. Very juicy, joyful, and sparkling. And then as it dries down, it somehow becomes woodier with touch of floral. And I'm talking about jasmine. So imagine like woody, slight touch of jasmine, and juicy and sparkling fruits. The final dry down of this fragrance is like a delicate powdery cherry with like creamy sandalwood and cocooning tonka bean. So imagine like a comforting yet effortlessly sexy fruity scent. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is like one of their newest release this year, and all I can say is that I am impressed. I have a lot of cherry fragrances, and to be honest, I won't say that this is like an extremely unique cherry scent. However, I don't have anything like it in my collection, and I cannot compare it as well to any other cherry fragrances that I own. Because first of all, the cherry in here is not like a Tom Ford sweet kind of cherry. The cherry here develops because in the beginning it is quite sparkling. However, the final dry down is more of like powdery cherry. So I love that. I love a fragrance that has faces. It has that creamy sandalwood and tonka bean that stood out to me as well. I love a creamy sandalwood base in a fragrance. And basically, Cherry in the Woods is all about that. Sparkling cherries, powdery facets, creamy sandalwood, vanilla, and tonka in the base. It is a gorgeous fragrance. Performance is above average. And what I mean by above average is that it lasted me more than like 6 to 7 hours and it stays on clothes. This in Europe cost around 46 euros. Guys, like, can you imagine? This is 46 euros. Beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation, beautiful scent with an affordable price. This is made by a master perfumer as well. Like, I can go on and on and on. And this is not a sponsored video, okay? I'm just letting you guys know about this brand because I think this brand deserves more hype, honestly. Cherry in the Woods, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Powdery cherry plus creamy sandalwood, vanilla, and tonka bean. Love it so much. I find this fragrance unisex, however, slightly leaning more feminine. I think if you're a guy, though, who enjoys cherry in fragrances, you will love this as well. All right, next up, I think is one of their best sellers. And let me just show you the packaging as well. Like, look at that. This is called Vanilla Espresso. Very good presentation. And it comes in this beautiful bottle. Now, this is not a new scent. I think this has been out for quite some time now, and it is by Mr. Olivier Cresp, whom we know is very famous for his gourmands. And guys, this is recommended to me by Mr. Girashi because it is one of their best sellers. The name is Vanilla Espresso. You might think that it smells like coffee, but to me, it actually doesn't smell like coffee. To me, this is a sweet vanilla that is slightly smoked with a citrus background. Actually, not just a citrus background. So imagine a cafe latte with squeezed orange plus a slightly smoked vanilla. So imagine it's a sexy, smoky vanilla that has like a creamy coffee nuance plus freshness coming from the orange. It is absolutely beautiful. I won't really consider this as a gourmand. However, it is sweet. Let's just say maybe slightly gourmand. A very likable scent, in my opinion. In Fragrantica, I saw people are comparing it with Kayali Vanilla 28. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with Vanilla 28 because this is a smoked vanilla. Plus, as mentioned, it has that cafe latte nuance in the background with some citrus aroma. A beautiful light vanilla gourmand that, yeah, I think a lot of you will love. In my opinion, this is a perfect fall and winter scent. I am very happy to add this in my collection. Plus, guys, this is 35 euros, okay? Can you imagine? Made by a well-renowned perfumer, Olivier Cresp. Amazing packaging, beautiful scent. Performance is above average. Like, it ticks all of the boxes. Honestly, I am at this point of perfume collection that I appreciate underrated perfumes more than hype fragrances. Like, come to think of it, all of these Middle Eastern perfumes nowadays, because of the hype, cost around $30 to $40 or euros anyway, and they're almost priced the same. This fragrances smells like niche as well, and it is actually a niche perfume and made by famous perfumers as well. So yeah, that's just my point. I'm very excited to let you guys know about this brand and this perfume. So yeah, that is Vanilla Espresso. I find this fragrance unisex, and I'm gonna categorize it as like a unisex gourmand. This is a kind of gourmand that I know men can enjoy as well. Once again, Vanilla Espresso by Aurora Scents. All right, and last but not the least is just a travel size. This is called Monument Gold. This is created by Dominique Ropion for Aurora Scents. If you've tried any Dominique Ropion, I will say his fragrances are known for like uniqueness, same time like sophisticated facet. Monument Gold is all about that. This is an elegant, fruity, floral, amber scent. The fruits that I'm getting from here are like lychee and pineapple, and the most dominant floral notes to me are definitely jasmine, orange flower, and ylang ylang. So having said that, it has like some tropical touches. So imagine like an elegant fruity scent, tropical flowers with a base of amber, musk, and cashmeran. Very sophisticated, fruity, floral scent. Like, guys, I can imagine this fragrance bottled in a $200 perfume bottle, or like maybe even more. Big bottle of this cost around 47 euros. Actually, yeah, I wish I have a big bottle of this fragrance because I really do enjoy it. It smells very elegant, and I notice as this fragrance dries down on your skin, it becomes like part of your natural aroma. I don't know how to explain it. It's like being absorbed by your skin. It's like your sweat smells like monument gold. Beautiful creation, and I highly recommend you guys checking this brand out and checking out Monument Gold, especially if you're the type who's into feminine, sophisticated scents. Performance is outstanding. Lasted me as well around 5 to 7 hours. It lasts longer on clothes. And yeah, very impressed about this fragrance. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's definitely feminine leaning. Alright, so that's about Aurora Scents. Let's see, maybe in the future I can review more perfumes from them. Fingers crossed. Now we will talk about the newest releases of Swiss Arabian. If you follow me in Instagram, you know that I attended their perfume launch event in Jumeirah Zabil Saray, like one of the most luxurious hotels in Dubai. I had a great time. And yeah, so today I'll be talking about their 3 new releases. So I have here their 3 new releases. It came with a beautiful box that I unfortunately left in Dubai because I didn't have space for it in my suitcase. It came with like a faux leather packaging. I'm going to show it to you on the screen. So the first perfume that I'm going to talk about is Enigma of Taif. And I think this is like the main highlight of the event because there's a particular area of the event that is covered by roses from Taif. And if you don't know, Taif is a city from Saudi Arabia that is known for their roses. So having said that, the roses from Enigma of Taif is of high quality. Now, this fragrance opens up very spicy and peppery, like pink and black pepper are definitely present along with the elemi and cardamom. As it dries down though, the rose, the saffron, labdanum, amber, olibanum, leather, vetiver comes out, and I am also getting oud in here, and oud is not listed. However, I think the blend of the labdanum, olibanum, molasses in here somehow gave that oud aroma. So to me, it smells like a spicy, peppery, rose, and oud scent. It's very Middle Eastern-like. So if you enjoy scents like Oud Satin Mood by Maison Francisco de John and Lancome's Oud Bouquet, you will definitely love Enigma of Taif. In my opinion, this is like a combo of those 2 fragrances. So imagine Oud Bouquet and Oud Satin Mood together. Having said that, this is a strong and powerful fragrance. You will definitely be smelled. You don't need to spray a lot. In my opinion, it is a beast mode scent, especially if you overspray. This is an extrait de parfum, and Swiss Arabian doesn't joke around with their extrait de parfum concentration. Very potent, spicy, peppery, rose, woody scent that is objectively beautiful. Scent-wise, not my favorite. However, with the quality and the performance, because as mentioned, this is like a beast mode kind of a scent, this as well is a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that is Enigma of Taif, and I find this fragrance unisex. Yes, I mentioned unisex. This is a kind of rose dominant scent that a man can easily pull off because of the dark facets coming from the olibanum, leather, and labdanum amber in here. All right, next up is Amber Infusion. And I would say I was very excited to try this fragrance because, you know, everything that comes off with this line of Shaghaf, I always get excited. Now, let's talk about the scent, guys. Amber Infusion is definitely an amber heavy scent. It starts off quite spicy and zesty because of the cardamom and ginger in here. However, as it dries down, it somehow smells green and woody. So imagine like a woody, dark, resinous amber scent that is very well blended. I noticed the final dry down of this fragrance is actually quite powdery and not as harsh as other amber dominant scents. It actually reminds me so much of Grand Soir. So imagine like the quality of amber in Grand Soir. Now, in amber infusion, it's quite soft, and I'm comparing them not to say that they are the same or this is not a dupe of Grand Soir, and I don't think this is a dupe of anything. I'm just saying that the kind of amber in Grand Soir is kind of same here, but make it like softer and like more diffused, more wearable, and slightly more powdery. I love the fact that this amber has some sweetness that I'm not sure where it's coming from. For sure, it has vanilla. So aside from that dark and resinous amber leather in here, it has some fruity facet coming from the apricot, plus sweetness that, in my opinion, balances out everything. I love this fragrance. I think it's outstanding, and I love amber scents, okay? I have a lot of amber dominant scents in my collection, and amber infusion, I will say, is in my top 5 amber scents from now on. I really enjoy this fragrance because it is very well blended, and I love the soft powdery facet of it. It's a very luxurious amber dominant scent, and actually love layering these two together. These two together smells like, yeah, like a millionaire. You'll definitely smell like a shake with this combo. Anyway, guys, amber infusion at 10 out of 10 amber scent. Performance is outstanding. Lasts more than 8 hours. All of the Swiss Arabian perfumes today are extremely long lasting, and I'm talking about more than 8 hours, and stays forever on clothes. Once again, amber infusion. I find this fragrance unisex. However, you know, as it dries down on the skin, because it is quite sweet and powdery, I think this is more feminine leaning. And last but not the least is Vanilla 01. It is also an extra de parfum. Everyone is talking about this fragrance in beauty world for a reason. Okay, now this is a vanilla scent, like that's for sure. But you know what? I haven't really smelled like this extremely like good quality vanilla scent from the Middle East, because yeah, this fragrance is absolutely smooth. It is slightly lactonic and powdery as well. Actually, it has cappuccino in the note breakdown, and I definitely get that nuance in the background. So imagine like a vanilla latte with a dash of coconut milk, because this fragrance has coconut. However, it is not that prominent. I feel like that coconut actually gave this fragrance like a different kind of creaminess, because at first I won't really say like it has coconut, but actually as it dries down, I noticed that there's a kind of creamy texture in here that, yeah, I think is coming from the coconut. I love the fact that it is only slightly sweetened by caramel. This is not your typical vanilla gourmand. This is a kind of gourmand that can be a signature scent. One of the best vanilla scents that I have tried this year. And why is that? Because this vanilla is very smooth. Like, it's a smooth, slightly lactonic vanilla scent that is extremely likable. I think even if you don't like vanilla, you will love this fragrance. Now, when it comes to performance, I will say compared to the other two, this is like just a little bit softer. It doesn't mean that it doesn't project, okay, because these two are beast modes. However, Vanilla 01, when it comes to projection, is more moderate. It lasts that's for sure, like around 6 to 8 hours, but the projection is moderate. However, guys, I love this fragrance. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And I also love layering these two together because the vanilla in here dials down that oriental vibe in Enigma of Taif. So yeah, that is my thought about Vanilla 01, a beautiful, soft, slightly lactonic vanilla scent that I know a lot of you will love. And I find this fragrance unisex, by the way. So that's about it today, guys. Those are the amazing 10 out of 10 perfumes that I discovered in Beauty World Middle East. Actually, I still have one set of perfumes to review. However, I'm going on holidays to Marrakesh. Not sure if I will be able to make another video. However, guys, in the end of all of these perfume reviews, I'm gonna give you my top 10 perfume discoveries from Beauty World. So watch out for that. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you're subscribed if you haven't already, and see you on my next one. Bye!